We're looking forward to the Breeders' Cup again this year at Del Mar. On the Friday we start with the juvenile turf, who we have two colts there in Al Qudra and Amori City. Al Qudra was last seen there at Woodbine, finishing a very creditable second there. He's stayed in America since that run and has done very well since. So he obviously goes into the Breeders' Cup there on Friday there with race experience to hand and a good level of form as well. So as we all know at Del Mar, a draw will be crucial, so we will know nearer the time our fate on that. As respects to Amori City, again, good solid form here in Europe, winning the Vintage Stakes and finishing fourth in the National. We always felt that he's a horse that he's neat and he's travels strongly. Again, with a draw, you'd be very hopeful that he'd run a very solid race around there. Moving on to Saturday, obviously some key horses there on Saturday racing. We have Cinderella's Dream and Beautiful Love, both in the fillies and mares. Beautiful Love there is obviously winning a grade 3 and finishing placed on her last start there. She's a filly that we know that will see the trip out well, and again, experience under her belt will be a positive. Then going on to Cinderella's Dream, your filly there that's obviously a grade 1 winner there and a grade 2 winner on her last start there at Saratoga. She unfortunately missed her intended run there at Woodbine, but has had a nice break since then. As we contemplated running her in the QE2, but we felt that she'd be a better filly going into the Breeders' Cup fresh. Her work's been good. She's due to work again this weekend, all being well. She ticks all those boxes going into it. She's going to be a live player around there, I feel, with her experience and the level that she's running to. Then we move on to Notable Speech. Obviously, what more can I say about him? He's a 2,000 guineas winner and a Sussex winner. So needless to say, he'll be one of the high-profile horses going to the meeting. You know, the travel, we travelled on his last start there in France. We're pleased with the way he handled his travel. Obviously, it's a bigger experience this time round. But if he can, settle in well and do what is asked of him in the lead up to the Breeders' Cup turf mile, then he goes in there as a very live player, needless to say, with a draw. He travels so supremely well through his races, and we've always sort of had it in the back of our minds that this would be a race that would suit him potentially. Then obviously the Breeders' Cup turf, Rebels Romance, past winner of this race. He goes there in great shape. He's been solid all throughout the year, obviously campaigning at the highest level on each occasion. Obviously delighted with that last start of his there in Germany, which we've used as a springboard before onto a Breeders' Cup. He's come out of that race well, and he ships this weekend, and we're very confident he'll put up another good performance there. Then we have Star of Mystery in the sprint. She's done well against our older horses and the colts there in the Alquoz. Obviously from there she's shipped to America and has put up good performances there. One obviously grade 1 level and then dropping back in level to go and win. She ran a very solid race there on her last start there at Keeneland. We're probably a little bit unlucky in running, but it was more that it was a race there to put a hopefully cherry ripe for the sprint on Saturday. So again, as we keep repeating ourselves, the draw is a key factor around there at Del Mar, so if she can get a draw, she'll be a very live player around there.